PSGL is season 28 and it is round 4 at Spa-Francorchamps. It is, well, the longest track in the calendar, around just over 7 kilometers long, and we have well, 18 drivers here today, all looking to try score some decent points, maybe take a win if they have the pace for it. I'm your commentator Brendan, aka Mimo1, and I'm joined by my co-commentator Evan here. So how are you today?
Very good, very good. Another week in F5. This time Spa, as you mentioned, it's dry qualifying. We don't know the conditions for the race, as always, but it's going to be an interesting one for sure. Completely different type of track than last week's in Austria. Of course, we did see Ivar Santeri take his maiden win. Spa is it's an easier strategy. It's traditionally a soft medium, but could see some variations on that, of course. It's gonna be exciting for sure.
Yeah, it would be exciting. Spa as well, known as one of the most historic circuits on the calendar, to say the least. And yeah,
it's gonna be exciting. We can see some people out on the track now. It's a long lap around Spa. It is.
Oh, there's some racing here now. It's Jules getting past Finley on both of their out laps.
Bit of racing, we always like to say. Oh, Jules getting on the grass there. That could have been a. Could have been a trick
what he's
into
doing.
The wall.
He's got his ERS on for an out lap.
Finley going with the master's plan, obviously. Definitely trying. I don't know what he's trying. Only one man on the mediums. That is Ollie Flavel in 6th position. He had a good result last week. Did very well. I'm not sure whether the result did show that, but he had a very nice race. He was in the lead for some time. So you can see who is anyone starting a lap. I think the first man to start a lap is going to be the Alfa Romeo of Jesper. I don't know if you want to talk through his lap.
Yeah, let me just get him up here. So he'll actually go over to the right and try and get the best exit possible, as that seems to be the tactic. So coming in the first corner, the source, you want to clip the apex here. You don't want to lock up, which he has managed to avoid fairly well. So now, let's see here. He going through a Rouge, one of the most famous corners on the F1 calendar. Looking good so far. And so we down the Camel Straight and coming into Le Com. So 29.8 for a sector, so not too bad. And now through the exit of Le Com. And now we go downhill where lockups are very common. In this case there is a lockup. Not as bad as it can be, but still not great. And through No Name, I believe, before we head down towards Pouan. As VR Jules is retired, that might be
I think that might have been a qualifying ban, because he's retired in the pits.
It must have been. I think it might have been.
Anyways, we'll head back to Jesper. He's just about to finish his lap. Come through third sector. As I say that, nearly invalidates
13.2. It's looking good enough so far. That could be on for maybe a mid to low 41, maybe. That's what I'd say it probably would be. As I went through Blanchimont there, an easy corner, or actually barely a corner for F1 cars nowadays. And through the bus stop, looks like a smooth enough exit, and it's 41.3, so
that's a nice lap. That's a very nice banker time. He's gonna be happy with that one. I think is Jesper. We'll see, can someone beat it? The next man who's going to attempt to is Santeri is just starting his lap, but Gustavo Nezzi is currently on the lap. Doesn't look to be as quick. We'll wait and see. Activates the DRS. Is it going to be as good? Yes, it is.
Oh.
The exact same time.
I mean,
and I'm surprised.
Oh, and speaking of
Cortez,
he's just blown all them laps out of the water.
I'm surprised Gustavo Nezzi got in front of Jesper, because normally the rules are in F1 is if you set the exact same time as the person who set it first, does get the position. So surprised to see Gustavo.
Is it a bit
in
an
second
alphabet,
position.
maybe? On the alphabet?
Knowing this game, it would not surprise me as Mr. Pop XL goes 4th, Finley 5th, Legend 6th position. With he can definitely improve on that time.
Yeah, he can.
That's not a great lap at all.
I think let's see who's going to cross the line now. I believe that the time's just been put in there. One if
that is Ollie Flavel, who's gone 7th, and Snipe's gone 5th. Snipe was the purple last sector though, so there's time in that lap for him, I'm sure.
Well, move on. Azzy, that is not a representative lap. But actually,
41.4, it's not bad.
Yeah, but he didn't have ERS on.
Azzy is one of the front runners here, as we can see. His teammate, IF4 Santeri, just about to head through Blanchimont. This lap, it was purple sector 2. Can he get it nailed down for a purple sector 3?
Well, he's got very good pace here from what I know, so...
he's been looking very strong. He was looking strong in Singapore until that spin.
38,
and
39.
Austria, a bit of a wobble.
That's a 41.0.
That's a nice lap, but it's still 2/10 off the back of Cortez. So, Cortez, looking very quick here tonight. Is anybody else on a competitive time? Simon hasn't validated, the French Racing Point driver. Ron is on an in-lap, and then Bryn is on a lap. He's just heading down towards the downhill right-hander as he heads up towards No Name. It's a bit of a wobble. So, I don't think this lap is going to be good enough for pole, but he'll be given it all he's got. He's had a bit of an unlucky season so far. The man with the most unlucky season isn't actually here tonight. That was, Dan.
Yeah, he said he couldn't race tonight, so at least he can't get unlucky.
That's a very true point. Here comes Britt down to Crew Campus.
That's no. Please, that's not even quicker than Jesper, so...
The purple sector glitch as he comes round through Blanchimont, very fast left-hander, in towards the famous bus stop chicane. Of course, changed a few years ago. It used to be a lot more complicated. It's now just a right and a left. On a pin the throttle, activate the DRS. Where's this lap going to put Bryn? Not going to be poled, it's going to be P9. That's still, overall, not too bad for Bryn. It's still a top 10. But he's going to need a lot more than that if he's going to want to keep that position.
That is correct.
Another man who we still have to watch out for is SHW Namsco, the current championship leader.
Yeah, he'll be looking to try and keep himself in that championship lead. Oh well, he's got a 16-point lead over Santeri, so that means he can't really lose the championship lead tonight unless, oh well, actually, he can. The only way he can lose is Santeri wins.
And he scores no points, obviously.
Yep.
Here we go. Qualifying. 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Well, our timers might be a little bit out. There is no one really on a lap. There's a lot of people about to start laps. I believe the first of them is going to be the AlphaTauri of Matt Tebers. Now he's into the pit, so it will be the other AlphaTauri, Mr. Pop XL. He'll be the first to start himself on a new venture, on a new hot lap. 140.8 to beat. There's quite a lot in it for him. He is going to have to push this one. He is 4/10 behind. Hooks it in to the final corner, activates the DRS, and he's off for his lap, heading down towards turn number 1. Pop XL, we'll keep an eye on him throughout the lap. I believe 4/10 down on pole, as we said. Some more people starting laps. We have Santeri is on an out lap. He hasn't started yet. Spaghetti Chips, who did that one lap last week on a puncture, final lap of the race, and still managed to bring it home to score points. That was a very nice result for Spaghetti Chips, of course, last week. Dominator's actually about to finish his lap now as he's going to come across the line. Is this going to be a good enough time? It's going to be a 141.4.
So very
almost
close.
6/10 on pole, but it is very close as Mr. Pop XL has validated that time.
Spaghetti Chips on the lap period to get a 29.8 per sector, so that isn't too bad. It's quicker than what Jesper put in, so that's nearly one of the reference points here, given that him and Gustavo are the top of the people who aren't in Cortez and Santeri, because they're a bit quicker than the rest, it seems.
Another guy who we have to look out for is, of course, Ron. He hasn't set a time yet. He got a podium last week. Did Ron almost could have won the race on the track if he had to push that bit extra with penalties, of course.
Oh, yes, there's a Haslow.
Oh, is that has to be Finlay? Yes. He's off for Poohon. Difficult corner to nail down. He's made a mistake there, has Finlay. That's going to cost him his lap, I believe. Spaghetti Chips now rounding the bus stop chicane. In the throttle, where's it going to go? It's going to be P4, 141.2. That's a very nice lap from Spaghetti Chips. It's now a Renault 1.4. The other Renault is also entering the bus stop chicane. It is almost 0.2 of a second up. So if you can nail this final corner, this could be a very nice lap. It is an improvement of almost 0.2. It is a 40.7 for Q or Cortez. That's an absolute smashing time. Simon's invalidated his time.
And Santeri, he is up on his time as well. Gustavo, he went P2, 4.10, so very good.
Snipes is purple in the second sector. I don't know if that is true.
I don't think that's trustworthy.
Ron's gone fourth.
Yeah, that's a good lap from Ron. So let's see who's next across the line. Don't think it's.
I believe it's Snipes. Here comes across the line, activates the DRS.
P8.
It's an improvement, and he slots in behind his teammate. Not that much of an improvement, but any improvement counts, as Stats and Terry in the middle sector. He is not improving by as much as Cortez was, so he needs to nail these final two corners. That could be where he lost all his time.
I think that is where he lost some of his time.
Here comes Santeri. Yeah, he's definitely quicker through there on this lap. Pins the throttle, DRS activated.
40.7.
It's going to be P2. Look at that gap from pole to second place. It is so close at the top of the standings here in F5, and we're really going to have a shootout in the next 5 minutes. Someone has just joined the lobby, I think. Oh no, Simon has finally overtaken Jules' car on the timing sheets. Namskull is now on his lap. He's heading up on Rouge. And then ready on. He's on a second attempt though, because his EOS is half used. So, mistake on the first lap, obviously, for Namskull. Legend is on another time. We said he could improve from his 42.2. He's now at a 41.2. He's on an in lap, sorry, that's my man. As he is pacing it around, also on an in lap. So everyone's setting their laps around similar times.
Well, yeah, generally, since Spa's a long circuit, the out lap will take a long time. You want to get in as many runs as possible, and obviously, if you make one mistake, you've got a long time to wait before you can try and go for another lap, or you just have to head back to the pits as well. Namskull's got damage.
Namskull has damage on this lap, so this lap won't be. Yeah, he's the second down.
Really struggling. He'll need to get back in the pits now and then try and get out for one last lap.
Not good from Namskull. Really not good from Namskull. He's back down to that lap anyway, so he is pitting. You know that one for sure. Is this Simon starting on lap? I think it is. Heading down to turn 1, the racing point. A great result in Singapore with that odd strategy.
Yeah, it was the hard medium, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was the hard medium, and then you had a bit of a safety car.
Yeah.
Here he is now, and down Cannon straight. Heading over the curb. And onto this one. And onto the next one. That's actually very, very fast through there. Heading through the right-hander. And keeps the car valid. This isn't too bad of a run now for Simon.
Oh,
that's a mistake. That's a mistake. I'll take a blame for a commentator's curse on that one.
That's something you've done a lot.
True Puhan running on the grass a little bit. The car looks really, really unstable, True Puhan. That was not the best of runs through there. He comes down into the depths of the middle sector. Car looking like it's very tight, neat and tidy through there. Makes a nice bit of curb. Don't want to slingshot over that curb.
This is looking very good here.
This is a very nice lap from Simon. Made that little bit of a mistake at the top of the hill. But this is looking neat and tidy. Heading into Blanchimont, needs to nail 2 more corners. Of course, this one is easy flat, not really a corner in these modern day Formula 1 cars. 2 more corners though, and 2 very tricky ones. Is the bus stop chicane. Oh, a bit deep through there. Not going to be the best of run. Pin the throttle, DRS active. Where's this lap going to put him? It's put 4th, and that is a great time indeed from Simon. That car really looked on rails through that middle sector.
He's retired on track.
Gustavo Nessi is on the lap now.
Probably a bad place to retire. Although then again, he's now actually pulled over. So maybe...
Yeah, there was no one really around him. I think that's safe enough. So just look at Gustavo Nessi. Simon was definitely quicker through that corner. It was here where Simon lost a lot of time and made the mistake. Gustavo Nessi quite nails that one. Into no lane. Oh, just lucky to not invalidate that one. Running a little bit over. Through Puhan, we've seen Simon lose time, and here Gustavo Nessi, very, very quick through there. So it's kind of the right hand side, that's the Renault. Oh, spinning chips. Into this middle sector, we've seen Simon quick through here. Gustavo Nessi's also very quick through here. This is not a bad time at all. Through campus.
Yeah, 13.0. So
not as quick as Simon, but it's still very quick.
No, he's still up in his time, so...
Oh, he's going to get a bit of slipstream from Jesper.
And Cortez.
Doesn't really from Cortez, but he's got a little bit, as there is a lot of traffic in this final sector. Oh, Santeri! Santeri, you gotta get out of the way there. Gotta hope that didn't cost Gustavo.
I don't think it did.
Anything.
That actually could be... No, Santeri's actually getting a nice slipstream there, so it might work out for
Santeri,
him.
that one's worked out for him. It's gonna be him versus Cortez for the battle for pole position. And Ron is just in the middle of these two. So Gustavo Nessi really in an awkward spot now. If he needs to get out of the way. As Lamsco is coming on to start a time, he needs to set when he only has 15 seconds to get across the line. So I think he will be our last runner. This will be the last lap for everyone. It's Gustavo Nessi's car really in an awkward position now. He does need to just try steer clear of everyone and not give them slipstream in case they beat him. Santeri is up on his first sector. Cortez.
Didn't see. Invalid.
Cortez is gone out of this pole battle, and so is Santeri.
And Gustavo can't do that neither.
Ron now in prime position if he wants to take this pole, although really needs a big chunk of time. Drew Puhan sending it fully. Ron knows he's this one. This one could be in his clutches, in his grasp.
Well, Pop XL just went third.
What a time for Mr. Pop XL. That's a big improvement. Just so close off the back of pole. There's Ron there, Drew Campus. Not as quick as the rest through there, but he is quite quick. He's a tenth of a second up. This will be a slight improvement. It could jump him up almost 2 positions if he gets this one nailed down. Drew Blanchimont now, as he's heading up towards... He's taking a different line as Ashley has gone forward for the second...
Track Evolution playing a huge part here. So...
Here comes Ron into the bus stop chicane. The Red Bull of Santeri just in front can't do anything as he's invalidated. Ron now in prime position to take pole position. Can he do it? No, only 5th. Spaghetti Chips also gonna try and prove now. As it looks like there's been a crash in the middle sector with Cortez. Spaghetti Chips has gone 10th. Snipes has gone 6th, and now we're just waiting on Namsco to see where he can go. He's 3 seconds up, so he's in the 41s at least. Here comes Namsco.
Actually, 40.6 is pole!
What a lap! From SHW Namsco. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, he is your championship leader, because when it comes to pulling a lap out of the bag, no better man. Qualifying a shambles, but when it comes down to the death, qualifying is in his clutches. Namsko is on pole. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't see that one coming.
Well, who did, realistically?
That was a brilliant time. Absolute, had to nail that one, even just to get the time in. He's got on and put it on pole.
And yep, there we go.
This is going to be definitely an interesting race. That is a brilliant pole time. Namsko on pole position, followed by Cortez in P2, Santeri 3, Mr. Pop XL in P4. Look at the gap. Look at the gap from pole to second. That is so close. Look, all of top three all within 10th. Mr. Pop XL in 4th as he starts 5th. Ron 6th, Snipe 7th. Gustavo Nezzi dropped from 3rd to 8th in such a short time. Simon 9th, Bryn 10th. Finley 11th, Spetty Chips 12th. Dominator 13th, Legend 14th, Jesper 15th. Matt Tibors, didn't talk about him much. He's standing at 16th. Ollie Flavel will start 17th. And the man we think who had a quali ban, Jules, he'll start from 18th position.
He did have a quali ban.
He just retired.
Yeah.
That's an odd choice, I'm not going to lie to you.
What? I said he did have a quali ban.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay. It's raining.
Yep, it's raining.
It is raining. So, this will change the course of the race. This will change the course of the race completely. Namsko had the pace in the dry, as we see. Let's see who has the pace in the wet weather conditions.
Yep.
It does look only inters.
Yeah, it's not full west or anything like that. It'd be raining a lot heavier if it was.
Yeah, I can imagine we'll get a dry period at some point in this race. We definitely should, just by the look of the rain. It's either it gets dry or it gets worse. I don't think we're going to be staying at this kind of dull conditions. So everyone on intermediates, I believe.
Yep, intermediates it is.
Yep, so strategy game, we don't really know what the weather will predict. So it is all inters. Now, formation lap, let's have a look and see. Doing any spinners, because that'll be a real indication to who is doing what if we do get any spinners. Any early predictions for this one?
Well, not right. Given the fact now with the rain, although I would have to say, well, Namsko did put in the lap of the death. The fact he didn't get one in earlier on might indicate maybe that the car might not be that stable, or it'd be prone to a mistake, so who knows. You can't really tell who will win, but I think after maybe 2-3 laps we'll have an idea. Plus the weather will play a part.
Really about who nails the crossover period as well. There's one thing we did see in that little last lap we had in Singapore was Namsko did struggle. That could have been something to do with the fact it was slicks. I'm just making assumptions here, so we're gonna have a great race. That is guaranteed. Make sure to stick around because it's going to be interesting. We could see anyone really look to get back on this one. I still can't believe how far Gustavo Nezzi dropped us. He's almost dropped the car as well. Gustavo Nezzi not looking the most confident man on the circuit at this moment in time, but might be mind games, who knows? As the two McLarens have nearly just hit each other.
Well, that's not great for teamwork, to be fair.
They are starting 17th and 18th, so McLaren not having the best race weekend so far. They're going to have to improve. As You can see it looks like all the top three aren't struggling too much on the inters. It looks like they have got a feel for the grip. But we're going to have to wait and see who can get the best launch, because it's tricky. It is really, really tricky to get a good launch on intermediate conditions.
Well, now we wait.
Waiting for the cars to line up on the grid. It will be Ollie Flavel who gets us lined up in 17th position. As we see the red lights on the back of the cars flashing. We'll get the 5 red lights in a moment's time. Here we go for Spa-Francorchamps. It's PSGL F5, and it's going to be a good one for sure. Two, 3, 4, 5 red lights. We go racing in Spa. What is the start like for Namsco? It's not great, but it looks like Cortez and Santeri. Look at Mr. Pop XL already up to P3. Trying to go around the outside, the 2 Red Bulls. Alpha Azzi has got a decent launch as well, but Santeri just holding it on the outside. Cortez trying to get a move down. It's doing Rouge possibly. No, Namsco has got the traction nailed. Santeri right behind Cortez. Look how slow Namsco is up the top through Radion. Here comes Cortez on the back of the slipstream. Pulls to the left hand side. The Scuderia Ferrari car. We're going to go too wide down into Lake Como on lap 1 in the wet.
Enough to hang on around the outside.
Cortez takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix after Namsco gets a terrible run up on Rouge. Santeri going to try and make a move. This top 3 is a great fight. He's got a switch to the inside, bit of contact down the inside. What a bold move from Santeri, but he somehow has pulled it off. And now I see round the outside of Mr. Pop XL into No Names too wide. This is that clever. Oh, we're going to be too wide at the pool.
It's a pool. No. Don't collide, please.
And here's Mr. Pop XL trying to hold it around the outside. He can't do that.
Who has had a good start, actually. He'll be looking to try and make up position here.
Cortez in the lead, Santeri follows, Namsco third, Azzi fourth, Mr. Pop XL fifth, Gustavo Nezzi in 6th, Ron 7th, Bryn 8th, Snipes 9th, Finley 10th, Spaghetti Ships 11th, Simon 12th, Jules 13th, Tom Red 14th, Jesper going round the outside of Legend for 15th.
But Legend's gone. Hang on, they're a bit slow. They're a bit behind.
I think there's a bit of...
Yeah, Legend got damage. Jesper, does he have damage? Yes, he does. Ollie Flavel. No, he doesn't, so... Oh, it's Jesper and Legend both from wide, so Jesper...
Simon right outside of Jules. He's making moves now up the top, as do have just another graphics glitch that'll hopefully be fixed soon enough. As yet, we do have those 2 pitters at the back of the grid. What is Santeri's run on Cortez like? Who's quicker up the top of Rouge? It looks like it's going to be Cortez once again.
No. Well, with Santeri is closing in a little bit, but nowhere near enough of an amount to try anything here. Almost all fixed in terms of the standings.
Yep, we have them back up. Azzi trying to get past Namsco. Not close enough. Oh, but it was slide for Finley, as we see down in 10th place. And we can also see Simon trying to get past Finley Chips. Simon, of course, from France, definitely has some weather experiences. He's from the north. As Jesper and Legend having an almighty score for P17. Where Jesper has got that one for the time being. Gap up the front, 6/10 of a second between Cortez and Santeri. Namsco just hanging in there, had a terrible start on lap 1. He had a good initial launch. It was really just the rest of the start sequence, getting through those first few corners, that did cost him a bit. But he's going to be trying fighting back in this race, because we don't really know the weather conditions of if this rain is going to stop or not. We'll just have to wait and see. Is there anyone going for moves as the bus stop? Gustavo Nezzi is sizing one up on Mr. Pop XL. But he's not close enough on this occasion. Status Cortez setting the fastest lap of the race, so he's the fastest man on the circuit. But he needs to get a good exit out of this corner, which he has. Cortez bowling away from Santeri now. As we head up Eau Rouge, Cortez really getting that traction nailed. He's good wet weather driver, clearly, this Renault. And the car is obviously working underneath him for him.
And in fact, Santeri's having to burn a little more ERS than Cortez is, which also is a...
Oh, here comes Azzy, down the inside of Namsco, into Lake Combe. Can he pull it? Namsco's going to hold it around the outside. That's a good defence from Namsco. Very good defence from the Ferrari there. As they're all really close in this middle. We have the Namsco train forming up. Pop XL behind Hansi, then Gustavo Nesi, Ron, Bryn, Snipes, and Finley just behind. So, not looking too bad at this moment in time.
Well, I can just sum it up. That start by only one person is in the same position to start in.
Which is?
Matibos, he's still in 16th. Everyone else has moved up or down at least one position.
So, we have a lot of overtaking at the start. That's what you get with wet weather racing. That is good. Namsco has now... I know there's no DRS, but if there was, he wouldn't be in it.
First time penalty of the day.
Yeah, that's for IFR Legend in 18th position. Oh, he's nearly had a spin as well, but luckily he's caught that one. Santeri's quick in the last sector. That is where he's getting on Cortez. Cortez just gets an absolute exit and a half out of turn one. Look, we'll have a look here. And he's gone.
You can just see.
He just goes. He just bolts Cortez, really nailing that corner. As for Santeri, he has to push through Eau Rouge purely just to keep with the Red Bull.
He is getting a little closer every lap.
Bryn, I think, might be trying to size up a move on Ron. No, he's not close enough on this occasion.
Jasper with the fastest lap.
Finley and Snipes just behind these two. The two Ferrari powered cars, Finley getting the move done there. So that's a good job from Finley. Was last season's F6 champion. And Jules getting just past Simon now. So Simon starting to struggle.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, they've made contact.
Well, that's correct. Simon is already down 4 positions, and now he's going to have Dominator on him.
It does seem to be drying up a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely does seem to be drying up.
It isn't really raining much anymore. Like, you can still see the... Well,
I don't think it is raining.
On track.
I think we just have the spray.
Yeah, it's just a bit of spray. Not much else.
We might see a swap to the dry soon. Of course, the mediums could go to the end from when they would do pit, so strategy isn't really too interesting. But DRS has been enabled, so we might be seeing boxing this lap. Cortez is in, Santeri's in, Namsco stays out, so Azzy has to stay out.
Oh, damage from Pop XL, he hit the wall.
Oh, he's hit the wall. Oh, that's amateur hour. Unfortunately for Mr. Pop XL. So we have 3 drivers staying out, and that's all because their teammates pitted in front of them. Everyone else has just risked a double stack. And it's all mediums, as we said.
Let's see, Cortez, he has managed to keep his lead. He hasn't been a victim.
Ron's gone for softs. Ron, what are you doing?
Maybe in the cool enough conditions now, maybe he's just going to try something here.
Or will we have more rain at the end of the race?
That is always a possibility.
Gustavo Nesi on hards won't be looking too competitive, I don't think, compared to later on. Yes, look at the straight line speed that Haas has over the Williams.
It's actually...
Ron up to 6th.
Let's see now. Yeah, the slick runners are faster than the intermediate runners here.
That was a bad decision by Namsco, I think.
Doing Spa so long, one lap can tip the balance between Inters and...
oh, yellow flag,
oh.
it's Legend. Off the top of Rallion. He's taken Jesper as a launch pad, obviously. No, I don't know what's happened, but Legend's day goes from bad to worse. As he's on hards, and he is...
I mean, it should be warm at
well,
this
it's 12
stage.
seconds down on 17. At least they've been warm. So Namsco, Azzy and Finley are going to drop miles behind. Which,
No, I think they lost
Azzy and
about
Finley,
2 seconds to Cortez in that, so...
Azzy and Finley you can't blame, they would have just been held up anyways, but Namsco, what were you thinking?
I guess
dried up very, very quickly.
he was going for a gamble. Oh, was he held in the pits? No, it's just one of the visual glitches.
As Cortez now takes the lead of the race ahead of Santeri. Ron now up onto the podium. Where's Namsco going to drop out? I think he could... He might... Where is he going to drop out? He's going to drop out just behind Ron, so hasn't lost too much. And with Ron possibly having to pit again on those softs, he's did a good job to keep it in fourth. Really, now into fifth, not doing a bad job. Battle for the lead. It is IFR Santeri who's taken it, and we've missed that one. As Cortez is obviously not as quick in the dry as he is in the wet.
So Cortez probably is wishing for a bit more rain. Santeri, he went a bit wide there, so not great, but Sector 2 in Spa, it's a lot more technical compared to Sector 1 and Sector 3, so overtaking will be a bit of a difficulty.
Legends out, and that's retirement in the pit lane.
Well, there you
Sure,
go.
Ron wishes it wasn't, because any safety car or VSC he can get will help him save those soft-content tyres, although he's right in the back of Cortez, so for the moment Ron is on the correct strategy. As Jesper has picked up a 3-second time penalty. Jesper's miles behind as well, unfortunately. He's 14 seconds behind Matt T-Bus.
And then now in terms of fastest lap, does still belong to Jesper, but that was an intermediate, so any fastest laps here now, as Matt T-Bus has takes a penalty there.
As Cortez now 8/10 points and
There's Azzy and Gustavo.
Azzy's lost some positions there in the pits due to that pitting, but making some up now, getting past Gustavo and Ezzy, who's on the hards, and now will chase after Bryn, who's just in front on the same set of mediums.
Yeah, mediums at this moment probably are the best tyre, given that they will provide more initial grip rather than the hards, which will be probably feeling like just ice at the moment, given they need...
Here's Bryn past Namsco, so that's throwing a spanner in the works. Bryn obviously has more pace than these mediums.
There's actually another racing point passing another Ferrari. Simon is past Dominator.
Simon's having a purple sector 1 now with the DRS and ERS, so Racing Point making moves up the grid, which is nice to see after Simon did have a horror start. Oh, Ron! Ron's around! Ron is around, and I've seen him lose it in Puhan. He couldn't catch it, and that's surely his race done for the time being, because he now has to pit. And he's already down to 13th. This brings now MNT Bryn up onto the podium.
But with a penalty.
Oh, he does have a penalty, yeah, so he won't be getting this podium if things stay the same.
Well, that's the second Haas to lose it in Puhan and spin, one in quali, one in the race. So, yeah.
Santeris is the fast lap of the race, but we expected that, as Azzy's just beaten it. So the two Red Bulls, the two quickest cars on the circuit at the moment.
Yeah, Santeri showing his pace here, and this would be a good result for his championship here, because
This
he
is
has
a great result.
Yeah, because then he starts to close in a bit. As well, but Namsko, he's got a chance to go get back onto the podium on track. It is
it's an easy move, I think.
Yep.
I don't think Bryn's going to fight this one too much. As he'll seize an opportunity in the next lap, I'm sure. If he can just keep it tucked in behind Namsko. Gustavo Nessi not doing too bad on the hards. He's keeping with Azzy in front. Just what he needs to do. So he's doing a great job. As Mr. Popexel was struggling on the same set of hards.
yeah.
But he did have to get a wing change in that pits.
Yeah, it is interesting enough to see. Ron tried to go with the soft, but then his own mistake cost him there. So we'll never really know how that could have worked out. Jules has passed Finlay. Actually, Finlay spun.
Oh no, it's the curse of the Haas drivers. As Finlay has now taken a trip into Spinry Lane. And it's just come behind his teammate, who didn't pit. He stayed out.
Spaghetti Chips tried to get past Finlay there, but just caught him at Blanchimont of all places. So he nearly lost it there.
As Gustavo Nessi and Snipes now. Oh, it's going to be side by side for a Rouge.
Not quite.
Here we go. No, Gustavo Nessi's back down to that one. As he's just going to get the run, although they both have no ERS. Here comes Gustavo Nessi, he'll get the DRS though. Flicks to the left hand side on the older tyres, and gets past the Alfa Romeo. That's a nice job for Gustavo Nessi, who is now up at the 6th position. As that's Dominator getting back past Simon, so both Ferraris have got back past those racing points.
It's getting brighter here.
Yeah, we're getting brighter, so I doubt we'll get any more rain, as we did have at the start of the race.
Huge lock up there for Dominator. You could probably hear that from a couple of corners away at the very least.
Cortez is sticking with Santeri. Sorry to move topic very quickly there. We thought Santeri would pull away. Cortez is stuck within 7/10 of a second of the Red Bull. And they're both using a similar amount of ERS. Which is a good sign for Cortez, because he obviously does have the pace that we haven't seen from him yet this season. He's really gaining into the heavy braking zones. Santeri is just really quick through that middle sector. We've seen that all day. We've seen it in the dry, we've seen it in the wet. So we could have an interesting battle for the lead. They've bolted away from Namsko. Absolutely bolted. So it is looking comfortable for Santeri Cortez 1-2. But if they start battling, that could let everybody else straight back into this Grand Prix.
And of course, Cortez, him and Santeri practically identical in terms of ERS. He's not getting enough this time here. So Santeri, he's got a chance to maybe try make some gains in the middle sector, as that's probably where you need to really push it.
Yes, Santeri running a lot of grip, as that's Mr. Popak. Oh, spinner!
Oh.
Snipes is out!
Oh,
Snipes is in the one, he's out at Lake Home.
oh, and it's one of them kind of ones.
We don't have a VSC or a safety car or anything.
No, we do.
That's a very late announcement. As Cortez was nearly hit the back of Santeri on the VSC. Oh, no, wouldn't have been the best in the world. Because that is unfortunate for Alfa Romeo. They're now 15th and out, the two Alfa Romeos, Raz, Jesper and Michael Snipes. DRS has been enabled. That means there's no drive-thrus for anyone, luckily enough. But Cortez is now even closer to Santeri, because Santeri didn't get to bolt away through the middle sector.
So maybe this might be Cortez's chance to actually get past and try, and then maybe try hold on to the lead. But obviously that will be a difficult ask.
Here comes Cortez into the DRS. What's the DRS looking like? Yep, Cortez has saved more of it, so this is a good opportunity. If he can do what he's been doing all evening and absolutely nail this exit, Finley's picked up a tree. Centauri's now got the good exit on Cortez. Yo, that's it, Finley!
Yeah.
Finley's off of campus. Has Cortez got the run on Centauri? I don't think he's close enough on this occasion.
As Jules picks up a penalty now.
Definitely not
Cortez.
close enough.
No.
He's not close enough. No. I have to wait. But Bryn is very close to Amsco as well. Another battle to keep an eye on, as he is right behind them two, picking up a double slipstream. Jules and Pop XL. Oh, Pop XL has to run wide, and now there's Jules up in 7th place from last.
Dominator and Simon.
Dominator and Simon and Ron battling for the final points. Because Ron was up on the podium, but he's now down into 11th. As Centauri has increased 2 seconds over his Renault friend behind him. That is the pace we've been seeing in this middle sector from Centauri all day. Cortez quick through the first and third, Centauri quick through the second. And they're both cancelling each other out, just staying at a similar gap. As that is another gap, like that's Matt T-Bonks. All for Pujon.
Not had a good season so far.
No, it really isn't. And he's going to be overtaken by Rick Jesper. First guy Jesper seen, apart from Legend all afternoon, I think. As we could start to see some overtakes very soon. Because everyone is running in a little bit of a train now. Cortez is nowhere near as close to Centauri as he was in the last lap. As that's stalled down a little bit. As, yeah, everyone's kind of spacing out a bit now. We're not as close as we were in the wet weather conditions.
And he's used a bit of ERS there, so maybe... he's actually closing up a little quicker than he did last time, but just...
Yeah, he's gaining a lot.
It wasn't enough.
Yeah, he needs to wait for Centauri to make a bit of a mistake. Just keep Centauri under pressure. And Centauri will break, is what he's hoping for, as that is Simon. As Dominator again, and drivers doing another swap-a-roo. Which really shows good pace from Dominator, because Simon's on the mediums and Dominator's on the hards, so he is doing really well to keep it within that battle. Centauri hasn't pulled as much in Cortez as he did in previous laps through that middle sector. So Cortez just needs to keep it clean through this last one and try to run up through Radion.
Well, it's about half a second now between Centauri and Cortez here. So, can he get past?
He still has 9 or so laps to do it, so he isn't doing a bad job at all. Cortez keeping with Centauri. Needs to nail the exit through this corner. Centauri's nailing it now, so because he's burning a bit of ERS to try and get as much gap before the DRS kicks in. Here comes Cortez. Eau Rouge, Radion, and onto the Camel Straight. How quickly he's going to gain on this occasion. He does it the slipstream and the DRS. He's gaining quite quickly now.
Yeah,
if you close enough.
No. Once again, he's stuck behind. Meanwhile, Bryn and Namsco. Bryn is close, but not close enough.
Namsco's making mistakes because he was 7/10 ahead of
Ron
Bryn.
and Dominator, as Ron is past, I believe. So he's splitting the Racing Point and Ferrari here.
He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job, Ron. Look at Ashley on the back of Bryn. Bryn made a mistake somewhere because he's now 1.2 seconds behind a car he was 1/10 behind just a few corners before.
Yeah, well, all that is clear. He has made a mistake somewhere.
As Cortez has also made a mistake, he's had a slide heading out through campus, which means Centauri will get a bit of a breather down the top The longest straight, the camel straight. We'll get a breather there. We won't have to burn his ERS, could save a bit. Just pull away, because Cortez is just so much quicker in the straights for some reason. I don't really understand why. Probably just running a quicker setup.
Well, it's simple actually. Since by Sector 1, Sector 3 is pretty much straight line speed, and then Sector 2 is a lot of high speed corners where you need good aero and a decent chassis, so basically you have to have a split setup in a way, but you also need a bit of straight line speed.
Cortez has a very good chance here if he just wants to burn some ERS. He's got to go for it. I think here comes Cortez. Gonna try it out the inside of IFS. Terry, no, just backs out. That was your good, best opportunity so far, Cortez. But here comes Azzy, past Bryn. Bryn sent it, they're now side by side through Lake Home, and Azzy has to back out.
Yeah.
Bit on the dirty side by Bryn there. A little bit on the dirty side.
Oh, that's a hassle again.
That's Finley. Finley is having a terrible day.
Yeah, I guess there are just days like that sometimes.
Because Cortez just needs to push that little bit more through the second sector. He's obviously not confident there because he is running very low wings, I'd say, because that's how he's getting so much straight line speed. He just needs to have a little bit more edge through that second sector to push. Through Blanchimont for the 14th time out of 22. He's close. He is a lot closer. It's only 7 attempts into this. It is just 6.5. Okay, it's almost 7 now. It's now 6. So he is close. And what's the ERS? He does it about 11%
and
more.
Both of them have saved a bit more, so
Cortez saved a little bit more. Hasn't burned as much.
yeah.
Is he going to have an attempt heading up Rouge, heading to Radion, and onto the Camel Strait? Is he going to have an attempt? It's like
so
he's
they're
just
looking a little slow in the
exit.
exit. So Rouge, so but Cortez isn't gaining enough.
It's like he's just sitting behind some, and he's going to try and do it on the last lap or something. But Azzy and Bryn, Azzy is past. Gustavo Nezzi has lost position to Jules as well.
Yep. So 2 moves done as they come, with 1 move. Actually, now it's a hat trick. It is 3 moves done. Runs past Simon.
Ron doing a great job on these softs. I have to hand it to him. Although they're going to be very bad at the end of this race.
A huge lock up there, though. That's not going to help his tyres, especially that when you consider he's on softs.
As it looks like Jesper and Matt are going for a fastest lap attempt. They won't get the point because they're not in the top 10, but TUC, I guess, maybe.
For pride, I guess.
Exactly. Cortez is so much closer on this lap. He is so much closer. Santeri's obviously hasn't got that blitzing middle sector that he's been getting.
Yeah, looks
Cortez might make an attempt here.
Azzy with the fastest lap. So, Azzy has some pace.
Azzy does have good pace, as that is Ron into the pits, so he obviously can't take any more on those softs. He'll go in another set and try to do something. Here comes Cortez though. Is he going to burn ERS this time? No, he's just sat behind. So he obviously doesn't want to make the move. He's obviously just sat behind trying to save tyres and save ERS as much as he can.
Well, basically, I think he just wants to wait for the last lap where he can make it a certain move.
He's leaving himself little options though, because if he doesn't do it on the last lap, then he's a bit screwed.
True.
Well, he obviously has some sort of plan, and he's going to try and execute it. So we're just
no.
gonna have to wait and see. As Matt T-Bugs sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far, won't give him the point, but it will give him. Well, you can say I got the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, I suppose.
Yeah, something for pride. At least you can feel like, well, look, I may have been, no, I've got points for getting top 10, but at least I got a fastest lap. Yeah, it isn't too bad in the end.
He's had a dreadful race. He really has. I was just looking at the gaps as he is gaining on Namsco, so that could be another battle that we do watch out for. Red Bull having a terrific race so far.
Azzy might be the fastest person on track right now, so if he can get past Namsco, maybe he can start slowly closing up to Santeri and Cortez. Look at the ERS difference now. Arguably Cortez could go try and do something now.
Yeah, Cortez he might try something on this occasion. He's still not burning ERS, but he might get a pure straight line speed alone. Here comes Cortez. Gotta try down the inside. So Terry goes defensive down the Camel straight and in for lap after lap. And Cortez takes the lead at the Belgian Grand Prix once again. We've seen him do it on lap 1. Now Santeri's one wide and made a mistake. And now Cortez could use this ERS he has in the bank to just absolutely bolt.
Well, yeah, it's Dominator past Simon, I think. So
Dominator, those two have been scrapping all afternoon. All evening, actually.
yeah, well, probably after the game, so you're half right.
If you're American, it's afternoon. I don't know if we have any news from America, but... Now, here's the crucial bit. We've been looking at the Renault chasing the Red Bull down these straights. Can Santeri push it out of the... Sorry, can Cortez pull it the gap on these straights? He's still not using his ERS.
I think he's waiting. Why. There's no DRS here, so you can only gain so much.
Santeri, within 0.3 of a second, very late in the race for Santeri. He really wants to get this position back, because he was doing a good job managing it. Out of the bus stop chicane, Cortez is now back with those fiery exits. Oh, he's made a lock-up, a big mistake for Cortez. This could cost him now.
However, he has the ERS to potentially cover that one.
He's still not burning it though, but here we go. Rouge and up Radion. Is he burning his ERS? No, he's not, but he is weaving to break the slipstream. Santeri's also not burning his ERS, but he might try a move now as we head down to the comb. He's not gone for it, he's lifted off. So now the ball is in Santeri's court to wait as Gustavo Nessi has gone past Jules once again. That was odd for Santeri, because I thought he would have just tried to get the position back straight away as Simon the Dominator having another battle.
We could sum it up right here and now that Santeri knows what P2 is the worst he can get, and if he ends up burning his ERS to get into first, then he just gets swamped by Cortez in the last lap or so. So if he stays behind, he gets the slipstream. Cortez has to then play defensive, so who knows?
Yes, Santeri is dropping out on these straights. We'll have to wait and see. Can he gain him back?
It's lap 19.22, including this lap, it's 4 laps to go.
Cortez didn't make the same mistake he made in the last lap, so Santeri
he burned a little bit there now, so they're actually even enough. And it's not really recognising when they're burning, because they practically burned one after the other.
Santeri's gained a lot though on those last 2 laps, because he's now within another 10%.
Yeah, I think he's been able to take the role of doing the saving. As Popix and Jules
Gustavo Nessi now making more moves.
Oh!
Oh, contact! Contact! Bone into the wall! Really, he's reset the track, and Gustavo Nessi has hit the wall, and that has gone for an absolute shambles and has put Mr. Pop XL up to 5th and Jules into 6th.
So, gifts, arguably, for Pop XL and Jules. And just for reference, penalties is Pop XL, Jules and Bryn all 3 seconds.
So Gustavo Nessi really played an unfortunate role in that, but I think it was just a race against him. I don't think there was much either could do. So Terry is now falling back. He needs to start burning his ERS.
Yeah, although there's only a couple of laps left, so if he burns, there's not much time to recover. And it's it's a case of, well, it doesn't have much time to recover, plus there's still laps and opportunity for Cortez to swamp him and get out of sight. Finlay 3 seconds.
I'm going to check warnings really quickly, because we haven't actually checked them. Cortez has 2 and Santeri has 3, so one of them is contact, obviously.
So,
but he's getting closer on these straights now. He is starting to burn a bit of ERS, I think.
Finlay may have to get out of the way soon.
Yeah, Cortez could get some DRS off Finlay, possibly, if he catches him at the right part of the circuit.
It might not be the worst idea if Cortez was able to just manage his pace in such a way that he would be able to catch Finlay at the right spot. Namely, as they're heading up Eau Rouge. Oh, no oversteer there for Cortez, so not great.
Yeah, this is gonna... Oh, I thought Cortez might have picked up himself a penalty there, but it was just Finlay. It's going to be a great scrap for the last 2 laps of this Grand Prix. That one is for sure 5 tenths of a second separating Cortez and Santeri. It's been like this for the majority of the race. And we haven't really given much screen time to anyone else, unfortunately, but that's what you get with such a close race. As he isn't able to catch Gamsco.
Oh, Finlay's
retired.
And that's took that.
Cortez won't be getting the DRS.
Lap 21, so penultimate lap.
The thing is, Cortez would have actually been in prime position with Finlay as well. Santeri is burning. Santeri is starting to burn the DRS he has in the bank. Cortez isn't. So this could pay.
Cortez did burn. They're actually even enough.
Yeah, they're both going at the same time to burn and keep. As far as a yellow flag in sector 1. Just Finlay.
Alright. As actually Gustavo and Bryn touch. I think I was just
they make contact. Just a couple laps to go. Gustavo Nessi does get the spot as Bryn literally had no ERS to fight back with. I mean, he was on 0, so he didn't have any. Santeri's going to have one last attempt to try find a way past Cortez. It would really be disappointing for Cortez. He did so well, but Santeri did equally as well.
Well, it's been a great fight here as they've been going back and forth. Oh well, Santeri did have the lead, and then Cortez was able to sit back until he got the run he needed. But now he's
burning ERS, so it's literally going to be down the main straight. It is going to be just burn, burn, burn. Santeri has more than Cortez. We head on to the final lap of the Grand Prix. Santeri's not got a great exit. Cortez has got a decent one, so it's really come down to the wire here in F5. Santeri needs to get a good launch. Hasn't really got a good one, and now we have the burning ERS race. Who can manage it the best down this straight to get the biggest launch is really what we're on. Santeri is just blitzing it. He needs to get this move done,
Look at it.
What's he doing?
Oh, no, he's lost. He's out. He's out of the race. What?
I am lost for words.
What in the...
He's run over the grass and is out of the race.
And that's just handed Azzy the
Purely
podium.
on his own wrongdoing.
What in the...
What has happened there?
I mean, I'm not sure what the weaving was for, but it just looked a bit odd as he was coming up a route.
He wasn't weaving, he went and touched the grass at such a high speed it flipped his car.
Yeah, well, it's still odd, but it looks like Cortez just been handed a win here.
He's been handed the win. I don't really know what's happened there to Santeri, but we didn't get the Grand Slam finish we wanted. We did. The controversy is that Spaghetti Chips who's crashed out at the points, and this will hand them to Ron. Okay, here comes Cortez, entering the bus stop chicane. He's did such a great job today. He didn't have to fight it like he thought he would. But he enters final quarter and wins in Spa. What a great win for Cortez. Here comes Namsco, and as he didn't find a way to take that second position but still will get a podium, Mr. Pop XL recovers to fourth. Jules and Gustavo Nessi right beside each other. Jules will go from last to sixth. What a great result for him. Seventh, dominating the finish in eighth position. Followed by Simon, who will finish in ninth. Ron then has somehow managed to take the final points as Spaghetti Chips is weaving.
Oh, there you go.
That was crazy.
Last lap's delivering again. But
yeah, this is really great. We've had 5 hectic last laps. Or what round? Yeah, it's 4, so we've had 4 hectic last laps.
The hell happened?
I don't know. I really do not know. He went on the grass and just lost it, but like the fact that he didn't flick over to the left hand side and get the slipstream is I just genuinely don't have a clue what happened. That's such a weird occurrence. Well, it is race win for Cortez.
Oh, yeah. There we are.
I think you're just about as shocked as I am. Last lap delivers once again an F5. It is Cortez on the podium to take the win here in Spa from P3. Sorry, from P2 to P1.
I've added Cortez here, but I don't think I can add Azzy at the moment.
Yeah, Azzy and Namsco settings are a bit off. Cortez wins in Belgium, followed by Namsco in P2 to extend the championship lead. Azzy in P3, followed by Mr. Pop XL in P4. Gustavo Bessi finishes P5. Jules in P6, followed by Bryn in P7. Dominator P8. Simon finishes P9. And Ron finishes in P number 10. Ollie Flavel recovers to 11th, followed by Spaghetti Chips, who had that crash on the last lap. Raz Jesper in 13th. T-Boss in 14th, and your non-finishers, of course, are IFR Santeri, FR Finley, IFR Snipes, and IFR Legends. So not a great day for IFR.
Yeah, not exactly the greatest day. So
Fastest lap of the race did go to Matt T-Boss, by the way, but he won't get a point for it because he finished last. I wonder, was there maybe a wheel issue for Santeri or something?
He's saying something with the game. Unless don't think he got a puncture, did he?
He could have.
Strange one.
Oh, it's a very strange one. It is. It's a strange one. Do you know if Cortez is joining?
I have asked him in the Discord, so...
So that was another, proved to be, hectic final lap. Which I really don't know what to say, to be honest. That was crazy. That was a crazy final lap in F5. I don't think we're going to get Cortez to join, to be honest.
Oh no, he's got to go and do something. And I think, not sure if I can get Azzy in, so... yeah, I think that's it. So I'll see there'll be more races next week in PSGL. And yeah, so it should be, well, some more good action next week. Around, I believe it is to be... We're going to the Netherlands next. So, yeah. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you